If there's anything I took away from watching the first season of the new Punisher Netflix series, there would be two things. One being, do not screw with Frank Castle, period. Just don't do it. And number two being, he must have the resilience of a cockroach, because the man gets injured a lot. Like, non-stop, a constant barrage of action. So, that said, I'm Dave Klein, and here are the top 5 most insane moments in the first season of Netflix's The Punisher. Oh, and there will be spoilers. You have been warned. Number 5. When the supposedly dead David Lieberman attempts to contact Frank, he uses his pseudonym, Micro, not realizing it's the perfect way for Frank to find him. And not only does Frank use this information to find Lieberman's family, but to send Lieberman on a wild goose chase across town searching for him until he ends up at his own gravestone. But that's not the insane part. What is how Frank finds his way to Lieberman's secret base. Yeah, he willingly stuffed himself in Lieberman's trunk in order to find the base. Number 4. In the final confrontation with Billy Russo, Frank and Russo square off against each other on an amusement park's merry-go-round. And if there's one thing I learned, is that these guys seem resistant to bullets. I mean, seriously, Russo is shot in the face and still keeps going. But while bullets can't seem to stop these guys, I'll tell you what can: sharp objects. And after stabbing Russo with a shard of a mirror, he rubs his face in it. Literally. Number 3. My number 3 pick comes from the first episode of the season when Frank is in hiding doing construction work. And despite the fact that he looks like an insane lumberjack with a giant sledgehammer, one of his co-workers constantly acts like an asshole towards Frank. This same co-worker convinces a new kid, Donnie, who's actually nice to Frank, to help join in on a robbery against a crime family, which goes horribly wrong. In order to not get caught, the co-worker attempts to drown Donnie in cement, only to realize Frank has witnessed the whole thing, and he ain't too happy. Number 2. Nothing shows just how badass Frank is, more so than when the odds are completely and ridiculously stacked against him. In episode 11, Billy Russo sends a full squad of his men to Frank and Lieberman's base, where Frank is ready and waiting. After stealthily murdering a few men, he sticks a bomb into his severed head and uses the explosion to go all out, murdering everyone he sees. This all culminates with Frank using explosives and hidden weapons to obliterate the entire team. Number 1. Coming close to the finale of The Punisher, villains Billy Russo and William Rollins manage to capture Frank and torture him for a password to stop a crucial video from being uploaded that would expose their wrongdoings. The crazy thing is, Frank planned all of this, including allowing himself to be tortured in order to have a chance to murder the two. But while Frank is stopped there, it's not over. It's far, far from over. Especially after Russo decides to give Frank a little help, and Rollins makes the horrible mistake of injecting Frank with adrenaline. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it, but the eyes, man! The eyes! And there you have it. The 5 most insane moments in The Punisher. What moments did you find to be absolutely crazy? And what do you think should have made the list? Let us know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.